Hey crafters! So in today's video, I'm going to walk through a close to my heart album retreat. This was my first album retreat that I did in January, and I believe this is done 4 times a year. So there's going to be 3 more album retreats. I believe May, September, and November. So I wanted to show you and give you my experience with an album retreat. I really am glad that I did it. It is a little pricey, but I have to say the end result, you get a complete scrapbook. So we also received in our album retreat, we got bluebell sequins. So we did get sequins. We received 3 stamp sets. Okay, we received a full alphabet stamp set. We received Counting My Blessings, and we also received stitched florals. And this is a Stampin' Thin Cut, so you receive thin cuts as well. So we received that. We also had received a stencil sheet. This is probably hard to see. Let me put this behind it. We received this stencil sheet, which has 9 patterns. And also in an album retreat, it's a live, you get invited to a live, a Facebook group, and then the Close to My Heart home office, the women there put the album together. It's a 2-day event. It was streamed over Facebook at a private group, and they showed you all these different techniques. So I learned so much. With these stencils, we did texture paste, we colored texture paste, we inked, and you'll see on the projects. So in total, you create 20 pages, so a complete scrapbook. Now, what I'm going to show you is 16 pages because I actually, one of the days I was crafting at a friend's house and I left 2 of my pages there. So I don't have those to show you. But this was my absolute favorite. So this page is actually the your beginning page of the album. So if you could see, we did this tearing technique, lots of layers on this page. We inked this wooden perspective sentiment, stamping right on the scrapbook page, which I am very afraid of, but they actually showed you how to do it. I mean, simple things, using rulers, drawing pencil lines. I mean, you just pick up so many techniques. So we created a few single pages. So this is your beginning cover of your album. We also created this single page, really cute. Lots of stamping, lots of dimension everywhere. Also with that, you receive all the papers to create this. We received a full 12 by 12 sticker sheet. So it really is a good value, and the techniques that you pick up really are priceless. This is my favorite. So this is a shaker page. I never made a shaker page before. I always did them on cards, but we actually made a full shaker page. So this was another single page layout that we created. And then here are some double pages. So we made this double page layout. Here's another double page layout. This we used, you also get a supply list of additional items that you're going to need. So we needed to use the stitched hexagons here, and I already had those, but you would have to purchase them if you were going to take part. So I'll show you a few techniques. So this right here is texture paste that we used one of the stencils for. We did a splattering technique, if you could see that. And then here we inked with distressed oxides and then spritzed some water. So again, lots of different elements to these pages. Really love this. So this album is supposed to capture, you know, quarantine, 2020, what life's been like. So really, you just create these pages and you make an entire scrapbook. I just need to go back now and put my pictures. But again, we had some inking technique with distressed oxides. This is using the stencil, but inking. And same thing, some inking with splattering distressed oxide right there. Now this page, I was pretty scared to do this page. So as you can see, well, here we have these, so hidden pockets, so you can put some messages on here. But see these lines right here, all this inking in the background? What we did is we took a Distress Oxide ink pad and put it down and pulled it. And that's what we kept doing on these to make our inked background. So it did really come out cool. Oh, and you also received a pack of the acrylic pink hearts. We also got that. I'm sure there's so many things I'm missing because in the entire bundle, you received so many items. Okay, and then this double page layout, lots of elements on this page. Okay, so again, we have an inking technique here with the stencil. We have, this is using the stencil again with texture paste. Splattering, two color splattering on the back. We did some paper tearing. And on this side of the layout, you see here that sunburst. So we learned how to do that with a dotted line stamp. Really cool. And again, lots of splatter here. And then I picked up a trick of how to lay your stickers down perfectly even. And they show you how to do that with a ruler. And just again, the techniques that I picked up from this, priceless. Okay, so here's another double page layout. How cool is that? These two meet. So we did some angles here. This is a smushing technique. You could see we did with ink and water. So we did this. Really cool. Oh, actually, I think I have it upside down. I do. Yeah, actually it goes like this. Yeah. And then this is probably also my favorite page. This is the closing page. So here, lots of different layers, okay, here. And then you'll see all these right here. This is all color on color inking using stencils. So we inked the background of these circles using the same color ink, and then put the, we used like a chipped sapphire. That was the color of the Distress Oxide. So we lightly, not using lots of pressure on the background, covered that whole circle. Then we put the stencil down and just did it much darker. So it's the same color to give different tones. And then we did this, but just used lots of pressure so it was darker. So really cool. And then again, stamping direct to page, which something I particularly do not like to do. So again, I have an entire scrapbook, just need to add some pictures, or I can give this as a gift. But I think an album retreat was an excellent that I took part in that. I'm super happy that I did. I picked up lots of ideas, different techniques, and now I can go and use these techniques over and over again. And you're also left with lots of leftovers. Paper, we use all the paper. Oh, and the best part about it is everything comes here. Here's one at each page. So this was for the flourish page. This was for this page. Okay, so you get these bags. Each page, everything comes pre-cut for you. So you just have to follow along and put it together. You do have to do your die cutting and the stenciling and the inking. You learn and pick up all those techniques. But as far as all these papers, so like this page, all these were cut out. I did not have to cut out anything. Everything was cut out for you already. So that's also another great perk of the album retreat, because the home office cuts everything for you. So you do just need your die machine, some stamps, some stamp pads, your acrylic blocks, and adhesive. And other than that, you got everything you need to create 20 pages in total. So I hope this answered some questions, because I myself never took part in an album retreat, but I wanted to jump in and try it, and I'm so glad I did. So again, I will post when they're going to come out, the next ones, but I believe it's May, September, and November, around those months. So, keep an eye out, and I will definitely share that as it gets closer. Thanks, everyone.